Good morning, Monday the 9th of December, so we've got day 9, let's move day 8 stuff out of the way. Day 9 from Beth, and today is Sarah Day, so we've got little mushroom, and who have we got in here today? Looks like another Weasley, so it's the other twin. So either Fred or George, one of the two. So from Sarah, we've got this lovely peach mini skein, which is a hedgehog fibres in the monarch colourway, and a chocolate Santa. From Beth, oh, a nice turquoise from Beth. Oh, that feels really plump. It is something blue colourway from Sweet Fibre Yarns, which is an 80-20. Yeah, it feels like an 80-20. It's beautiful. And the twin. So let's put him. Oh, he don't fit in the little ones. Can't reach. So he's there above his brother. So I haven't done any ornament knitting over the last couple of days because time's getting on and I need to do gift knitting really. So this is going to be a sweater for our great nephew Josh for Christmas. It's the Anders sweater by Jorgen Kerr, I think it is, or something like that. So it's a top down raglan sweater with a sort of buttonhole. So it's got 3 buttons that can go either the back or the front, so you can have them either way. And then on the bottom, so I've just split for the sleeves yesterday. So I've got to knit 2.5 inches, and then I start the colour work. So it's got a colour work bottom that's like a forest of trees. It's really pretty. It's a really nice Christmas sweater. So the yarn I'm using for this is Ella Ray Cash Merino Sport, which is merino wool and cashmere. So it's really nice, and it's not that expensive, so it's really good. But it's machine washable, I think. Maybe it's not. So it's 55% merino, 33% acrylic, and 12% cashmere. But it's so nice to work with, and like I say, it's an affordable yarn. So this is blue, this blue colour, I can't remember what it is, let me find a tag, is the Abyss colourway. So it's like a navy blue. It's quite a bit darker than it's showing, and then the white is quartz, or cream is quartz. So I'm hoping I should be able to get the 2.5 inches. I'm about 1.5 inches now, so I should be able to get that done today, and then start the colour work this evening. And when we were in Bath on Thursday, my sister said she wanted a hat. So we had a quick look on Ravelry while we were on the train, and she likes the pleasure rib hat that Jodie from Grocery Girls has just brought out, Mrs. Brown's Bags. So we popped into a yarn store, because you can't go to Bath and not go to Yarn Story, and picked up, it's a worsted weight hat. So we picked up this skein of Cumbria Unto the Hills from the Fibre Co, which is a blend of Masham wool, merino, and mohair. So it's lovely, in the Greystoke colourway. It is 90% wool, 10% mohair, and she picked up a pom-pom as well. So this is one of the Toft pom-poms, which is like a cloud. It's so lovely. So that's going to be another gift that I've got to knit. I'm waiting on some yarn to come from John Arbon so I can knit Nigel's daughter April a AL 2.0 hat. And that's it for gift knitting this year. So hopefully I can get, I'm going to do the Anders sweater, and I've got some more DK yarn in different colours, baby yarns. So I need to find another pattern that would be suitable for Josh for Christmas. And I've got some, I want to do some amigurumi toys as well for some other little people in my life for Christmas. So I need to get cracking because it's the 9th of December, so Christmas is coming fairly soon. But as soon as the John Arbon yarn comes, I'll stop and start and do the AL 2.0 hat, because that needs to go in the post. So that's all I've sort of knitted on over the weekend. It's been a fairly busy weekend, so I haven't had much chance to knit really. Yesterday I knit for about half an hour or so after we got back from, we went to the cinema last night to see the Les Mis staged concert, which was really, really good. So we didn't have much knitting time with the Christmas decorating as well. So I am working today, as you can see. This is my, look at the state of my desk. It really needs clearing up and sorting out, but you know, knitting gotta happen. So I am working today, so I'm 12 till 7 today, so I'm hoping we can get some knitting cracked off while I'm working, because it's fairly quiet. So let's see. So I've started the colour work on my Anders sweater. So at the moment there's just 2 more rows of these like flea stitches with a rest row in between, and then it becomes more of the white before you start doing the tree in the blue. So the way I'm going, I hopefully get a good part of the colour work done today. It's 4:45 at the moment, so I've not done too badly considering I am working as well. So I'll share more progress later. Good morning. It is Tuesday the 10th, so we have our number 10. Today is one from Imogen, and who have we got in here today? We have one of the, is that the one that Harry went with? Yeah, I think it is. I can't remember what her name is, but so from Imogen we've got this beautiful like turquoisey minty green with lots of neons in it from Die Candy and the Trigger Finger colourway. It's lovely, and a gold coin. From Beth I've got the poinsettia colourway from Suburban Stitcher and a beautiful stitch marker. And Parvati Patil, that's what she's called. So she can go up here. Oh god, I need longer arms. Oh. So she can go there above Harry. I know she was Harry's partner. I nearly fell over then, which I'm pleased wasn't on camera. This is Alan, by the way. He was made by Lorna Jane Makes on Instagram. He comes on little adventures now and again. So that's it for daytime advent. It's exciting. Pretty manky, grey, miserable, wet day here. So as you can see, these two aren't going very far this morning. Okay. So this was my progress with the Anders sweater last night. So I think I did pretty well. I've only got, I think, 4 more rows of the colour work to do. And then it's just the bottom hem and then some sleeves. So hopefully it should be finished today. Because Tiny Sleeve Island doesn't take that long, she says. So it depends on how busy work is, depends on whether I can get done or not. But I'm really pleased with it. Good morning. It is Wednesday the 11th of December. So today is a Sophie day, so we'll grab the last one in a bag. Number 11. Who have we got today? We have Padma. Or I can't remember which one was Harry's. I've got a feeling this one was Harry's. So that's Parvati, and we got Padma yesterday. So from Beth, I've got beautiful sort of pinky skein from Boss Lady Yarn Co. in the penny colourway. So I'm wondering if it's a Big Bang Theory or whether it is like a copper penny, but it's not that coppery, so I'm not sure. Then from Soph, we've got a skein of John Arbon and this cute little mechanical pencil, which will be very useful. And then, oh dear, I dropped her on the floor. Sorry, missus. So we've got Parvati, so she can go up in the thing with the others. There she is, up in. So those two are together. So there's 7 in each row, 7, 14, 21. So we'll get just over 3 rows filled up. So I wanted to update you on the progress of the Anders sweater. So body is finished. Sleeve 1 is done. I love this little detail along the sleeve. Sleeve 1 is done, and I'm just about to pick up the stitches and start sleeve 2. But I tell you what, people, Sleeve Island is just as bad on a tiny item as it is on a full-size grown-up item. Mental. I'm catching up with some Vlogmases because I'm so behind with Vlogmas. I am working today, but it's fairly quiet, so I'm hoping to crack on. Can you see this braid? It's called the Vickle braid, and it gives this lovely detailing. So you do it on the just after the neckline as well. I was focusing on my hand and not. So you've got one here, and then you do it on the bottom, and then you do it on the edge of the sleeve as well. It's really nice. It's very clever. So I'm hoping that it's going to block out well, but I love how it's coming out so far. So let's get on with today's Tiny Sleeve Island. So take 2, because it helps if you press the record button. So Tiny Sleeve Island is done. Just goes to show if you buckle down. I've done it in about 3 hours. It's taken me to knit the sleeve and the little colourwork bit at the bottom. So it's done. The sweater is done. See, 2 sleeves. So I'll weave it on the ends, get it, and then tomorrow I'll block it because I'm out this evening at a WI party. So a neighbouring WI has invited us to their party, so I'm going to go to that tonight, and then tomorrow night is our WI Christmas meal. So I said I wanted to knit something else for Josh for Christmas, so this is the Thistle sweater, and it's by Lily Comtoute. It was Julie Party. Julie Party. So it's a really sweet sweater with this like garter detail at the top. So I think that'll be lovely for him. But now I'm gonna get the ends woven in on this, and then I'm gonna wind the grey yarn that I got from Yarn Story for my sister's hat and get that cast on and ready to go. I've had notification from John Arbon that so I've had notification from John Arbon that my yarn is in transit, so that should hopefully be here tomorrow, because I want to get the AL 2.0 hat done so I can get that. The last one I knit literally took me a day and a bit, so if I can get that started, I'll probably start it Friday because I don't know what time the yarn's going to arrive tomorrow. So Friday I'll get that going and hopefully get that finished and blocked over the weekend. Got itchy eyeball, sorry. So we'll get that done over the weekend, and then I can get that in the post to my stepdaughter for Christmas, with other little bits that we've got for them. Tomorrow also, is it Thursday tomorrow? Yes, Thursday tomorrow, so I'm day off tomorrow. So I need to make some more lotion bars for gifts for people, and some other little things that I want to make as gifts, because there's another thing that I need to get in the post. Mince pie making tomorrow, I think. Oh, for somebody who left a comment the other day, an American lady, hello, whoever you are, sorry, I've completely forgotten who you were, asking what a mince pie was, because I had one in my Christmas, when we went to Bath Christmas market. A mince pie, so the mince meat is not meat, it is a mixture of all dried fruits like carrots, no, it's not carrots, currants, sultanas. I put cranberries and dried cranberries in mine, mixed peel, currants, sultanas, raisins, and a lot of booze and some suet. I use the hairy bikers recipe. So you boil a lemon for an hour and then mash all that up with some, so it makes like a paste with some other dried fruits, and then you add more dried fruits and lots of booze. So I put brandy, rum and sherry in mine. And I've got, so I make it a year, so I've got last year's for this year, so I'll make a new batch for next year because it's better if you leave it. So you let all the fruit macerate in the booze overnight, and then you bake it in like a sweet short crust or puff pastry. I use ready rolled puff pastry for mine because I prefer puff pastry. And then you have them with cream, but I don't like cream, and cream doesn't like me. My inside don't like cream very much. So so that's what a mince pie is, but I have mine with brandy butter because I love brandy butter. Butter has 2 D's in it, by the way. Butter. That's how we pronounce it down in these parts. Butter. So I have mine with brandy butter. Husband has his with clotted cream because he likes clotted cream. So that's what a mince pie is basically. It's lots of dried fruits steeped in alcohol. So a bit like a Christmas pudding, but you don't have the flour. I assume you have flour and Christmas pudding. I don't like Christmas pudding either, so it's not something I've ever made. So yeah, that's what a mince pie is. So there you go. Now you know. I really need an eye test as well because my eyes are getting worse. Oh, look at my dark circles. I'm just rambling now. Anyway, I'm going to weave in my ends, do a little bit of work because, you know, that's what I should be doing. Then I'm watching lots of Vlogmases. I've caught up with Kaz at the Wee So and So. I've caught up with hers. I'm now catching up with Tommy Squirrel Pie Productions. And next up will be Gaynor from Tales of Cuckoo Land. So it's spurring me on to keep going with my little projects here. So I'll catch you later. Bye. So the yarn I've just wound up is from the Fibre Co. I got it at Yarn Story last week when we went to Bath. And it's Cumbria Unto the Hills, and it's Masm wool, merino and mohair in the Greystoke colourway. And it's going to be a pleasure rib hat from my sister for Christmas. So it's all wound up, and I keep a tally of how much yardage I knit every year. So I've got this, just a note to myself, some pictures and so I've got this it's like a life planner type thing, but I write in it every day what I've knit, and when I start a new project I write in the yarn that I use, and so here I write the needles that I'm using as well, unless it's a sock, because I always do my socks in 2.5. So this is where I did the Anders sweater. And then, so I weigh my yarn when I start and I weigh my yarn when I finish. So then, and then I work out what the meters that I knit were. And then this is my total so far this year. So far this year I've knit 24,015 meters of yarn. So I write the project, what the total was, and then I do a running total. So I'm up to 41 finished objects this year, which is not bad. Not bad. It's not quite one a week, but then, you know, they're all fairly... So there's quite a few hats and that in there, but most of them are sort of bigger projects, so they're not going to be a quick knit. So I've got these scales. They're like jeweler scales. My husband calls them drug dealer scales because they... So I've got these scales. They're really compact. So now I've got my yarn picked up. I'll weigh it and then get ready to cast on. So this ball of yarn weighs 105 grams. So you always get slightly more, should be 100 grams, but it weighs 105. So then once the project's finished, we'll weigh it again and I'll see how many meters it was. So it's now 5:30. I still haven't cast on the hat. Been procrastinating for the last hour. Then Nigel came in from work and we've been discussing next year's holiday plans. And that's it really. I've got half an hour left of work. So I don't very much. I'll get cast on and then I've got to get ready because I'm going out at 7. So I might get time to cast on before I go out. I don't know. We'll see. Next year's holiday plans, by the way. We're looking at possibly so we're looking at the week after Easter is my birthday, so we're looking at going to Italy or somewhere like that. Just getting a cheap squeezy jet flight, hiring a car and doing Airbnb while we're there. Look at my chin. I'm gonna sit like that, stand up. Then in June, our wedding anniversary is the 16th of June. When I was at the retreat, the Lay Family Yarn retreat, I won tickets to the Wall Monty in Sheffield. So we'll go to that, which is the weekend before our anniversary. Our anniversary is a Tuesday, I think, next year. So we'll do a few days in the Peak District while we're there. And then I've got 2 weeks at the second week of September, once kids have gone back to school, once Nigel can get time off, because obviously with being on a holiday park, school holidays are our busy time. So we will probably do a cheap and cheerful Mallorca, Spain somewhere week on a sun lounger. We haven't decided yet, but so yeah, that's what we're discussing so far. We may get a weekend here or there in the caravan, possibly. With me only working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it gives us scope to have a long weekend somewhere, so we can get like Thursday to Sunday. Just go away in the caravan somewhere local for a few nights, just to get away if Nigel needs to get away from work before it gets busy. Don't know yet. We'll see what the year just takes us. But if you've got any, we were looking at flying from Bristol into Pisa. So if you've got any recommendations of places in or around near Pisa, let me know, because we haven't decided exactly where we're going to go yet. But I was just pricing up flights from Bristol to Pisa, and they're quite cheap. So that's what the plan is, I think, at the moment for April, just to get away. And then June in the Peak District, if anybody's got anywhere nice that they know of where to stay in or around the Peak District, let me know. Any recommendations will be gratefully received. Thank you.